Hey everyone, this is Neil Napier here. Just give me a very quick shout out if you can hear me all right. Type in a quick yes so I know that you're here and you're ready to get rocking. All right, I'm going to wait for a few responses and then we'll get going. By the way, I know it's a Saturday and it's in the afternoon, so I appreciate you showing up. It's always cool, it's always nice when our community gets together on one of these sessions. So again, drop in a yes if you can hear me all right. And also, you can't see the screen yet, but you should be able to now. Let me know when you can see the screen as well. Okay, cool. I've gotten a few responses, but nowhere near enough. So I'm going to wait another minute or so till people can tell me that they can hear me. And once you can, I'm going to walk you through this process, which you can use to grow $1,000 per month passive business without actually without actually having your own hosting created. I'll explain that soon. Okay, let me know. Stephen, just so that I can confirm as well, can you hear me and see the screen as well?
Yes, I can hear you all fine, thanks.
Okay, perfect. So folks, Stephen's on the call with me as well, and we'll be demonstrating something for you on this call too. So as with anything that you do online, you have to look at it as an opportunity. Is it worth my time or not? I'll tell you a bit of story on how I got started online. So back in 2008, I had just started working for a bank, and it's like the worst time to work for a bank in 2008. But I just graduated from university. I got a job developing software for a bank, and the way banks work is that they put money into IT and they kind of budget it for like 1 or 2 years. So even the recession happened, we weren't affected. But after those 2 years, I lost my job in 2010. I had to figure something out. I had to find something to do quickly. Initially, I started doing writing, but then I realized that hey, I'm writing articles for people and they're making those made for AdSense websites. And you might remember this. These are like simple content websites where people drive traffic and they make money via AdSense. So I started building those as well. And I actually had pretty good success with it. Eventually I ended up, publishing a course about it too. But the reason I mentioned this is because I had to, as a complete newbie, I had to go out there and buy hosting. And I don't know what HostGator sells for right now. Let me check. But it was quite expensive for me. Like it was about $9.95 a month or something. So if I go check this out, let me see how much this actually costs at the moment. So at the moment, the cost for this, it doesn't say, is approximately, hmm, does it actually have pricing anywhere? Well, this is even more confusing than, okay, well, there we go. So yeah, you can get plans for 275 a month, but 595 a month as well. You get all of this, but honestly, it's with HostGator, you'll find that they will ban you quickly if you actually go over a certain bandwidth. So even though it says unmetered, they do say that there's like a policy where if you go above a certain threshold, then we'll kind of discontinue it, right? So if you exceed usage, you'll be asked to reduce it or you'll be charged more. So there have been lots of cases for hosting services like HostGator or Bluehost where they've been banning people left, right, and center. And then if you want to move a lot of sites, so I had this issue as well where I had eventually built up about 65 sites and I wanted to move, I think 15 of them at a time to different hosting. And it was a lot of mess. I mean, they would charge me extra. I had to queue up for calls. It was really difficult thing to do. But I did it anyway because hosting is something which is critical, which is crucial to your business. So whenever you start a business online, you need hosting. And you need hosting to be three things. You need hosting to be fast, right? I'll talk about these kind of like things that you expect, but you need the hosting to be fast. You need the hosting to be reliable. So let me write that down for you. You need the hosting to be fast, which means the site should load quickly. which is why people prefer Amazon and Google Cloud Pro. You want it to be reliable, which is again Amazon and Google Cloud Pro. And you don't want there to be high bandwidth costs, right? Bandwidth costs should not be high. Now, these are the three crucial things. Like if a hosting doesn't match up, I won't buy it anymore. So back when I started, I used HostGator. It was not fast. It was okay. It was reliable, and they, say they have unlimited bandwidth, but it still costs after a while, right? So it's kind of like yes and no. Bluehost, it's not fast. It's not reliable, but yeah, you get fairly decent bandwidth with them. These days, we use things like Liquid Web, and Liquid Web is really expensive, right? So I won't even talk about pricing yet, but it's fast, it's reliable, and bandwidth cost can be a bit high. So there's that. Then there's also things like DigitalOcean. It's fast, it's reliable, bandwidth costs are low. But then there's a big question mark here, which is that you have to, set up everything yourself. Like they don't actually help you. They just give you the space and say use it as you want. So it's not really the best way to build a business unless you have a system admin on call 24/7 in case something goes wrong. So there's a lot of different factors to consider, but the three key ones is that you want the hosting to be fast, reliable, and low in cost, bandwidth cost. That's three most crucial things. But the reason we're doing this session today is because we came across a service, I think it was yesterday, whereby it checks all these three things. But as we started going in and we started looking into it, we realized that it actually checked off a lot of other things as well that we hadn't considered before. The most important of them being that it actually allows you to make money as a reseller of space. Now, this is very, very important. Imagine this for a second, right? I'm going to draw a parallel here. Let's say I'm going to delete this. Let's say you have Dropbox, right? Dropbox probably gives you like what, 20 gigs, and then you can get 2.5 gigs more if you invite people, whatever. You collect, let's say you do really well, and you collect 1 TB of space. And Dropbox like, awesome, well done you. You do that, but then Dropbox says to you, hey, listen, you've been awesome. What we can do is we can let you sell this space as your own, right? So you can kind of white label, so you can call, instead of Dropbox.com, you can call michaelspace.com, and you can sell like 100 gigs, and you can charge whatever you want. You can charge $50, you can charge $5,000, we don't really care. But you've been awesome, and we're going to give you ability to resell this space that you have. Now, if I was to give you that opportunity, what would you say to that? If I was to give you the opportunity to resell the space, the extra space that you have sitting at the moment, what would you say to that? Yes or no? Just comment in the chat box, yes or no. Let me know. Okay, people are saying yes. Exactly. Now, also imagine that you could do the same thing with hosting. So let's say if you had HostGator as a service, and HostGator allowed you to not only host your own, but your clients' websites as well on your hosting. What would that do for your business? Think about that. That's exactly what this offer is, and I'm going to show you how to use it. We'll show you the offers in a little bit, but I'm going to show you how to use this leverage hosting to build a $1,000 per month passive hosting system. So here's how it works. When you start selling products and services online, you're going to find a lot of businesses whose websites sucks. It's just terrible, right? You're going to have things like, let me think. Let's say if I go to, okay, Dentist New York City. Okay, I'm gonna just pick a couple of websites. Let's try this one, this one, this one, this one, and then this one as well. So you're gonna find at least one out of these 5 websites looks like crap. I mean, you can see already this loads really slow, right? It's a decent looking website, but it loads really slow. Let's go to this one. And I've got a fast internet, by the way. I do. So I'm just gonna load them here so that you can see them as well. Okay, with this one, okay, I agree. This website's okay as well, right? I'll go then here to this one. And well, this one, they've got like a massive image at the back. It looks fine, but it's not the best website, in my opinion. Like, you could do better. This one's okay as well, but not that great. And this one, finally, it's really all looking like you shouldn't have too many items, by the way, on a website. It's never a good thing anymore. It's something you could get away with in 2017, but not anymore. Anyway, so I look at all these websites and I think, well, they're okay, but nothing really pops out. But what I can do is I can go to ThemeForest, which is a really nice repository of various themes, like WordPress-based themes, and I can look for dentist. And here I'll find a lot of different themes that match the dentist niche, right? You can see. And trust me, a lot of them are so much better than what already exists here. So what I'm going to do is a very simple thing. Like, I'm going to send these people an email. So that's the first thing, right? I find just by Google search, I find websites that suck. And that's the first part. Then I send them an email and I say, hey, listen, I checked out your website. I think it's okay, but it could be better. This is one of my clients' website. Now, you don't need to, of course, link them to ThemeForest, but you could get this theme and you could, just download it initially, like buy it. If it doesn't work out for you within the refund period, just get a refund, that's fine. But buy the theme and then host it somewhere on your own end and just tell these people, like, hey, I can create this kind of website for you with any changes that you want, which is much better than what you have at the moment. If you'd be interested, let's talk. I can do it for you at 50% off than what I regularly do because, I have more time on my schedule at the moment, whatever you want to say in that case. But the goal there is to sell them a website, right? You can charge anywhere between $1,000 to $10,000 for that. And again, remember, you're getting this for $59, $69. You're paying $17 here even. I mean, this is not as good, but you get the idea, right? So your multiplier is just massive. So you go buy something for $59 and with a few changes, basically it's plug and play, it's ready to go. You can copy over their text and you can sell that for anywhere between 1K to 10K. Easy. Depending on the complexity of the site, of course. But what you say to them is, hey, listen, I'm not going to charge you like as much as 10K or 5K. What I will do is I'll give you a $2,000 price up front, but then I'll host a website for you, and it's only going to cost you $50 a month, right? It's only going to cost you $50 a month to host a website. And if you need some change, like, minor change every month, you can ask me and I'll do it for free. No worries. Like, if you want something major change, that's going to cost you. But if it's like an hour of my time, I'll happily make that change for free. So what you then do is you close this client, get paid that 2K up front. And remember, most of the work is done inside the theme anyway. And then you deliver them that hosting, managed hosting for $50 a month. You don't have to touch the site after that. If they come back to you, if it'll take an hour, you can do it for free. If it takes more time, you can bill them $100 an hour. So you get paid really well for that as well. Once you're done with that, the key thing then is to scale. That's step number 3. So if I close one of the clients in New York, for example, I'm going to also hit up Chicago, Detroit, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, whatever, and I'm going to find dentists in the area and just tell them, like, hey, I built this for a client. It's working really well for them. This was the old website. This is the new website. Would you want something similar? I have alternatives as well, and I'm happy to give it to you. And I will sell it to you for, typically our exclusive license goes for 10K, but I'm going to give it to you for only 2K plus $50 a month hosting, managed hosting, right? You could also charge more. You can say, hey, otherwise you would pay 10K, but if you're happy paying 2K, then I can't promise exclusivity. I can promise that you will have the website, but I can't promise exclusivity. So you can charge them more. And that's when you scale up. So you basically find one geographic area. And once you're successful with that, you scale up. And this is just dentists. Think about restaurants, think about doctors, cardiologists, or chiropractors, or salons, beauty salons, all of these different places. I mean, you could literally build an entire empire out of this. But I'm only talking about getting 20 of these clients, charging them $50 a month for just upkeep and making $1,000 per month with this system. That's what I want you to do. What do you think? Do you think you can do it? Do you think this is something you can build? Give me a yes if you can in the chat box. I'm going to wait for your responses. Okay, awesome. So typically, as I mentioned, if you go with something like HostGator, they are going to charge you a lot, and for each client, you would have to pay minimum $6 a month, and that's like annual. I think it's not even monthly. You have to pay upfront for the entire year. Let me see. Yeah, I think you have to pay quite a bit. Like you have to pay about $80 or so per year. So yeah, it is expensive, but there's a much more affordable option out there. It's called Easy Web Hosting. And Easy Web Hosting has been created by a company that's, or rather it's 8 Web Hosting, I keep confusing the E. 8 Web Hosting has been created by a company that's been in business for, I think, over 24 years now. So they know their numbers, they know their metrics. And what they're giving to you is 8 year worth of hosting for 1 year's price. Right? So imagine if you were to pay $100 per year for hosting, 8 years worth would cost you $800. They are giving it to you for $100 only, actually less than that, especially with the discount coupon that we have for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly play their demo video, and then I'm going to bring on Stephen to explain the offer to you. I'll drop the links in the meantime, but please watch this demo and lower the volume because the music's really loud in this demo. Okay, so that's just my friendly warning to you. All right, let me play this video. And again, I apologize about the sound, but you really do want to turn that down. It's only a minute long or so. All right, here we go. All right, so as you can see, it's really easy to get started, set up your new WordPress website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Stephen on, and Stephen, maybe you can even share this screen, and you can just talk about what the offer actually is and what people are getting with it.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for that, Neil. Also, thanks for the warning about turning my sound down as well. That was well needed. So yeah, as kind of Neil's already given you a run through on exactly what you can do with this offer, I'll explain to you what the offer actually is. So as we see here, we've got a number of different packages available. So the company itself is called 8 Web Hosting. Now, they're kind of like their special offer is they will give you hosting for 8 years for the price of 1 year. Now, you looked at what Neil showed you earlier with HostGator, and that was kind of like the bare minimum of what you'd have to pay with them. I think it was like $6.95 a month. But what that doesn't tell you is all the other additional costs you're going to have to pay on top of that every month for, you know, bits and pieces that you will actually need. Now, what A2Web Hosting does is just gives you one fee and everything is included in that one fee, and it'll tell you exactly what that is. So rather than you paying, you know, $6.95 every single month, that's going to rise to at least about, I would say, $15 a month once you've got things like domain privacy in and SSL certificates and things like that. With A2Web Hosting, they give you 8 years of hosting, and they'll give you a bunch of stuff in with it as well. So if we take a look here at the server package and what you get a website, you get storage, you get your SSL, etc. That's currently launching at $27. So $27 for 8 years web hosting. It's something you can pretty much, you know, forget about it once you've paid for it. You've pretty much got web hosting for the next decade, and that's kind of what attracted us to this offer. Give us the idea about reselling, hosting people's websites for them. The fact that you'd be pretty much generating pure profit because you're not having to pay costs every single month. You're literally paying $27 for, you know, almost 10 years to web hosting. What I would recommend though, I would recommend the gold package if you are considering this, which is the 1UP, because it gives you domains as well. So what HostGator didn't say is that I think they give you one domain. Again, you're gonna have to pay costs on top of that every single month. Again, if you want to stay private, which means your details aren't there in the public eye, if somebody wants to look you up, you have to pay for domain privacy as well. They're actually giving you 8 years worth of domain names and 8 years worth of domain privacy too. So I think they give you 2 domains and 2 bunch of privacy there with it, and that's for $47. So for $47, you're getting, you know, 8 years of hosting, 8 years of 2 domain registrations and privacy as well. So, you know, you're already saving a ton of money, even if you're not using this for reselling purposes, even if you just want to host your own stuff on it. You know, you can go mad with it because you're not paying your monthly, and you're not paying these, you know, additional bandwidth costs and things like that. If you do decide to go for the Platinum, you get WordPress Manager as well, which makes it, you know, incredibly easy to swap WordPress websites in and out, and you don't have to look at the back end at all. Then you can, you know, you've got a kind of a drag and drop thing for different sites, bulk manage themes, plugins, backups, and stuff like that. But you know, if you're just looking to get started, I would say definitely the gold package for $47, and that's pretty much all you would need. So it's a crazy offer. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I pay monthly for hosting myself. I pay through the nose for it. You know, I see no reason why I wouldn't move over to this now that in fact I can just pay up front in one fee and then forget about it for almost 10 years. So yeah, that's the offer. Yeah, you know, take a look. If you've got any questions, you know, let myself or Neil know, and let us know how you get on.
I think that's the best part really in all of this, and I can take the screen if it's okay. That's the best part in all of this, that you're actually able to get an amazing value for just a one-time price. So and you don't get pushed into recurring. So if you don't want to renew after 8 years, that's okay. And honestly, I mean, 8 years is a really long time. I'll say this, a lot would have changed by then, but even otherwise, I think it's going to do really well for you over that period of time. Steve, I'm just thinking, sorry, we have a discount code as well for people on the webinar, right? Like I think it's $20 off or something.
Yes, we do have a discount code. So what we'll do, we'll put that in the chat box before we leave. But yeah, you get, I think it's $20 off any of the upgrades. So I think if you go for gold or platinum or upwards, you get $20 off that as well. So you know, if you use it with the gold offer, you're getting the gold offer for almost the same price as for the same price as the silver offer. So if you use the discount code, there's absolutely no reason why not to go for gold.
Nice. I think it's only for platinum, but Steve, maybe we should put it like on this bonus page as well, so
Okay.
people can see it when they land here. Yeah, maybe right up on top, just talk about the discount code that gives them $20 off, because I think it's a really big deal. Because I know there's a public discount available as well, that's for $10, but we were able to squeeze out our own, I think it's called Neil Hosting, if I remember right. So just let me put there. So yeah, I mean, you're able to get $20 off for on top of 97, and that's a really, really strong offer in that case. Yeah. And Steven can tell me if like the discount code is wrong or not. I think it's the right one. Let me just check as well. Check on my end that it works. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's only for platinum. So yeah, platinum's 97, but you can use Neil hosting, and you can get $20 off. Cool. So that's it. I mean, it's a very straight up offer. They have some upgrades as well. I think one of them gives you ability to add more websites. So if you actually get the platinum, you'll see triple platinum, which I do recommend because I think it just makes sense if you are going in, kind of go all the way. And then the reseller package as well. You don't need that because what they're saying is you can actually resell an entire 8 web hosting account. Now, instead of doing that, because it's a little bit expensive to buy right now, what I just recommend is selling your client space. I think it's just as good as selling them anything else. And in our case, as always, we give you a 12-month guarantee, which means that you have 12 months in which time, if their hosting goes down, if they can't recover, if they go out of business, basically, I'll give you money back from my own pocket. So in 12 months time, if they, suddenly go bankrupt, I'll refund you from my own pocket. That's my promise to you. Okay? And no one out there offers that, by the way. No one in our marketplace will give you a 12-month discount. So this is really, really big. Really big. All right. So I think that's it from my side. Let me know if you have any questions there. If not, then we'll kind of end this call and we'll send that replay tomorrow. But note that the $20 coupon might only be available for today. So you got to decide and see if it's something you want to get today or not at 20 off. Okay. All right. That's it then. So have a good rest of the day. And Steve, thank you for jumping in as well.
Thanks, Neil. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye.